In the Gospel of Luke, we are told that each year the Holy Family would travel by caravan to Jerusalem for the feast of Passover. One year, the year when Jesus was 12 years old, Mary and Joseph began to travel home, but did not realize that they were making their journey without Jesus, because he had stayed behind in the temple, speaking with the elders. Mary and Joseph then spent 3 days searching for Jesus, and finally found him back in the temple in Jerusalem. At this point, Mary said, "I have been looking for you with great anxiety." This text stirs a question for me, and it also gives me great comfort. Let me explain. First, my question: how did Jesus become lost? In the first century, travel was rather dangerous. If you traveled alone or in a small group, you could be easily set upon and overpowered by robbers. Think of the parable of the Good Samaritan, where the whole story is about a traveler being attacked by robbers. For this reason, people would travel in large groups, in caravans for safety. When they traveled in this way, the custom of the first century was that men and women would be walking separately. This is different than an image I had for a long time in my mind, that Jesus, Mary, and Joseph would be traveling together, with Mary riding on a donkey. Also, the whole idea of family was very broad in the first century. The word family does not just mean your father and mother, but also includes all family members, your grandparents, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, and so forth. Families were large and mixed together all the time. In this environment, it would be easy to see how Jesus, if he was not seen by either Mary or Joseph at any given moment, would be presumed to be among the other family members throughout the caravan. And they would not be worried, because family watches over family. As Mary and Joseph journeyed home, however, they began to piece together that Jesus was not among any of the family members, and in fact, nowhere to be found in the caravan at all. And so the search for Jesus begins, and will take 3 days, ending back in the temple in Jerusalem. Now, the question that I had at the beginning about how this even happened is clearer to me because of my understanding of life in the first century. We now turn to how I find this passage in Scripture as a comfort. The Gospel of Luke tells us that when Mary and Joseph finally find Jesus back in the temple in Jerusalem, Mary said, "I have been looking for you with great anxiety." I absolutely love this image of Mary. It speaks of Mary as one who is searching. "I have been looking for you." And of Mary's concern. "I have been looking for you with great anxiety." This passage has over time changed my view of Mary. When I was younger, I had a rather static view of Mary. Mary is someone I went to. I would approach Mary to help me with prayer to God. In this passage, I've come to realize that Mary is one who is not just waiting for me to approach her, but is actively seeking me out. "I have been looking for you," and is concerned not only with whatever I want to pray for, but is concerned about me. "I have been looking for you with great anxiety." This understanding of Mary has also influenced my vision of God. again growing from a static view of God who is waiting for me to approach him, to instead an understanding of our God who is looking for me and is anxious about how I am doing. I am grateful to Luke the evangelist, who in recording this passage about the finding of Jesus in the temple has taught me something about Mary and about prayer, but most of all, about a God who is searching me out and concerned, anxious about me. That is very comforting. May Jesus, the most holy Redeemer, hear all of our prayers. And may Mary, under the title of our Mother of Perpetual Help, hold each of us tenderly in her arms.